What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amari Kalia and I'm back with another video. I'm going to start this video off by reading a passage that inspired me to make this video. I wrote this passage in my notes on June 22nd of this year, which was a little after I moved to Atlanta. So I'm going to read it. When you're trying to better yourself, you have to sacrifice your old habits for new habits. We don't realize how much our daily routines affect our ability to progress. I'll list a few. Scrolling on social media, binge watching shows, going out every chance you get, not saying no to things you know aren't benefiting you. Like I said, just a few. Over the years, I've learned that becoming the person I want to be will require me to be selfish. Selfish in a way that I only want to do things that align with the life I want. I could go on and on about this, but I'll end with this. It takes a very strong and committed person to go to the gym regularly, eat healthy, and decrease other bad habits. But when you are really focused on yourself, all you'll want to do is engage in activities that will help you reach your goals and become your highest self. So based on this passage, I'm going to give you guys 3 things required to change your circumstances. Before I get into those 3 things, I just want to kind of go off a little bit on this about why I wrote this passage. So I am always inspired to change and do better in life, but my life has been a really huge roller coaster. I'll have my moments where I'm doing really well, then I have my moments in my life where I'm struggling, but I'm still working to become a better person. And I am learning to not attach me going through difficult times with me struggling or not living the life that I want, because it don't matter if I'm rich or if I'm living the life of my dreams. I'm still gonna go through things. That doesn't mean that my life is terrible or things of that nature. So I just wanted to say that. But throughout my journey, I've went through a lot of stuff, not just super terrible things, but having trouble reaching my goals. And I'm learning that a lot of it is because of me. Most of it is because of me. I don't like to blame other people for my problems or what I'm going through. I know a lot of things that we go through is because God gives us challenges so we can learn and grow from them. But also a lot of the things that I went through is because of my lack of discipline, lack of my consistency, lack of being selfish with myself. So I am really stepping into the era where I'm having to really be disciplined and say no and be super focused on me. And I never really knew what that meant up until this moment. So when I wrote this passage, I don't remember exactly what I was going through, but being that it was after I moved here, I'm pretty sure that I was talking about my health journey and me being in school, me starting that new job, and just everything, a lot of the changes that I was going through after that time, post graduating college. So I was going through my notes this morning because like I said, I always go in my notes and write down ideas, whatever my thoughts are. It's kind of like a little diary / journal for me. So I saw that passage and I was like, dang, I would love to kind of elaborate on this in a YouTube video. So here we are. So the first thing that I would say you need to change your circumstances is creating new habits. So I was talking about that in that passage. It's really hard to change where you are when you're doing the same thing. So I know for me, I'm realizing that I haven't been able to reach my body goals because I'll start something and then I won't finish it all the way through. For example, I may eat clean for about a week and then the next week I'm eating cookies or whatever every single day that following week, or I'm eating out 2 or 3 times a week. However, I might set my intention for the month okay, this month I'm not going to eat out more than once a week, but I'll end up doing it 3 times a week or whatever. So things like that, I'm just realizing that you have to really be disciplined and locked in when it comes to what your vision is and what you want for yourself. So when you're creating new habits, I would say just figure out how you can replace your definition of bad habits with some better habits. So if you're the type of person that wake up late, start a habit where you wake up 15-20 minutes earlier than what you usually do. Or if one of your habits is you always eating out, well, maybe you should take at least one day out of the week to prep you a couple of lunch meals or dinner meals or whatever it is. But when you're like on this journey to like change your life or change, you know, something about yourself, you have to replace the old habits with new habits. And I don't like to say replace those habits, because it's hard for you to try stuff new, but you're still doing the same thing that was keeping you from reaching your goals. So I like to say replace your old habits with new habits. Instead of scrolling on social media endlessly, you know, set up a timer where you can only be on social media for 30 minutes a day or an hour a day. I use screen time with Instagram. So after an hour, it, like I said, it shuts out and I can't get on Instagram for the rest of the day. I mean, I can, of course, hit ignore, but of course that would defeat the whole purpose of it. So, you know, just replace some of the old habits that you have with better habits and center it around what your goals are. So don't just do anything just to say that you're doing it. Really, like, write down what your goals are and figure out what you need to do every day to reach that goal. So the second thing you need to do, which is probably the hardest one for me, is saying no and being selfish. So that is probably the hardest thing that I experience. Like, I have people who call me all day, every day, asking me to do this and do that. And what I'm having to really understand is that my goals does not matter to other people. Like, what I'm trying to do in my life, people don't care about. I mean, my parents, of course, or, you know, my boyfriend, and, you know, my best friend. But other than that, people don't really care about your goals. And when I say that, I just mean that, like, when you are focused on yourself, people are not going to call you like, hey girl, like, what goals you working on? Or when they call you with whatever it is they want you to do, they're not going to take into consideration like, oh, she's focused on herself right now, or she got some goals that she's trying to reach, so this is not really going to benefit her. And it's not for them to do that. It's for you to set up that boundary and have that self-respect for yourself, to where you tell people no. And that is better said than done. I promise you, I am that person. But something that I'm starting to do is just tell, you know, if somebody hit me up wanting to do something, I say like, you know, I'll let you know, instead of immediately saying yes. Because me personally, I'm the type of person, like, I just realized that I'm a people pleaser. I never knew that I was a people pleaser. I was always that person like, I ain't no people pleaser. Like, I don't care how people feel. I don't care about hurting people's feelings, but that's a lie. I realized I am a people pleaser. I do try to make everybody happy and keep people happy. I don't like people being mad at me, whatever. So I'm having to learn how to just really like tell people no. And you don't have to be a B-word about it. You know, you don't have to be rude, but just like set up that boundary. And it all boils down to self-respect. Like, do you respect yourself enough to say no to something that's not helping you towards where you're trying to go in life? So to do that, I know I've been doing things like telling people, you know, I'll let you know. Like, I'm not 100% sure right now, but I'll let you know closer to that time. Or I'll say no because I have, you know, I hate explaining myself, but in shorter terms, you can just let somebody like know, like, you know, I'm working on this right now, so I'll do that later on. Like, you know, catch me 6 months from now, a year from now, whatever it is, depending on what your goal is. It's kind of like you kind of have to explain yourself, but not really. It depends on the type of person you are. Like I said, I hate explaining myself, but depending on the person, I'll let them know like, hey, like, that's not what I'm on right now. I'm kind of focused on doing this. So you might not see me a lot, or, you know, I might be saying no to a lot of things. Don't take it personal. But if they take it personal, that's on them. That's not on you. Because at the end of the day, you are trying to become a better person. And like I said, people don't really care about that. Like, it's very rare that you're going to find people in your life, or, you know, have people in your life who are really trying to take their life to the next level. You know, a lot of people are staying stagnant. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people they're not focused, and they don't have that drive that you may have. So you have to separate yourself from those type of people and, you know, those type of energies, and put yourself in a situation where you might be alone on this journey, but you know that like where you're going is, you know that there's something on the other side for you, and that you know that it's going to take a lot of sacrifice. So everybody not going to understand that. So you have to do what's best for you, and you have to say no, and you have to be selfish with yourself. And if people really love you and care about you, they'll understand that. They won't try to make you do things that you don't want to do. But if you have people in your life who are not receptive of what you're telling them, or you know, they show you that they don't care about what you have going on, cut them off. So the last tip or thing or skill or habit or whatever that I think you need to change is to be your highest self. Be yourself and be your highest self. So what that means is we all have a vision of who we want to be. We all have a vision of where we want to be in life. It's how you're going to get there that is the real struggle. So what you have to do is really just be your authentic self. And I keep using that word authentic because I just love saying the word and I like the word, but it has so much power. Like when you really just step into like being yourself and doing the things that you want to do and what makes you feel good, you're vibrating and you're operating at your highest self. So I'll give an example. For me operating in my highest self is going to the gym, eating healthy, reading, spending time with loved ones who appreciate and really love me, and really just being focused, like, and also having my hair done. So that's something new for me. Like, I love having my hair done, but over the years I've pretty much neglected myself because like I always put money first. But I'm learning that money will come and go, and if you have that abundance mindset, you won't operate in the energy of like, I have to neglect myself because of X, Y, and Z. You have to find things that make you you. And me, my hair makes me me. Like, I did the big chop like 4 years ago, and I love the journey that I was in with my short hair, with my fro, and having my natural curls. That was me. That made me me during that time. And now what's making me me and what's helping me like operate at my highest self is just keeping myself presentable and showing up as the person that I want to be. So for me, that's having my hair done, that's looking very sleek and clean in my outfits. Well, having outfits, because in the past I didn't really care about what I would wear. You know, I would just wear like graphic t-shirts and jeans and, you know, just call it a day. I didn't really pour into like my looks and, you know, how I feel about myself. So that's another aspect of just being my highest self. And then also just my mindset, like just really standing strong in my beliefs and my perspective on life. And the reason why this is important is because when you're on this journey of just trying to change your circumstances and become the person that you want to be, it's easy to get straight away from that when you are doing things that don't make you you, or like you're not trying new things to learn what type of person you really are. Like for me, like I've always been defined by the fact that I've had a 4.0 and I, you know, went to college and things of that nature. Now I'm trying new things and I am really like, I've cut out all the things that society wants me to do and what, you know, the people around me wanted me to do. And now I'm like trying things out to see what really makes Amari Amari. So that's really hard to do because, like I said, you always got people in your ear, and then the world we live in, they don't teach you about how to be your highest self and how to be your creative, authentic self. So it's hard for you to do that. But once you really understand the vision that you have for yourself and where you want to go, you'll really start to realize that a lot of the things that you attach to yourself is not you. So I just want to end this video off by saying thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you can learn something from this video. It's really hard to like, you know, put that foot forward and really like make the changes that you need and want to see in your life. But I'm here to let you guys know that I am here and I'm on this journey as well. And it's not easy, but it's definitely doable. It's definitely possible. Anything is possible. I believe that. And you just have to have a shift in mindset and really like put yourself first. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and comment on it and subscribe to my channel.